Hello everyone, I'm Milo and welcome to my town and welcome to a very special video that I wanted to make on this day. As you can see here, I have a lot of Animal Crossing games and this is my game collection. As you know, well, maybe you don't know, if you read my channel description, I mentioned there that I am a big Animal Crossing fan. And in some of my other videos, I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned that my top 3 favorite gaming franchises of all time, in no specific order, are Kirby, the Ace Attorney franchise, and Animal Crossing. For many years, I pretty much just shared the top of the list of gaming franchises with those three. I've come to accept it. I just come to keep it like that, and it's because I just enjoy those three a lot. Kirby, I love the character. They're fun platforming games. Ace Attorney, it was pretty much the first visual novel that I really got into. It opened my eyes to the visual novel genre, and I do love it a lot. And Animal Crossing was also a game that pretty much defined me. Um, I'll just mention a brief history. Basically, the way that I found it is since I had a flashcard on my Nintendo DS. Okay, I just changed my position so it's a little bit better. Since I had a flashcard on my Nintendo DS, one day I was looking up for, games in a page that had them. I was pretty much just browsing it and I found this Animal Crossing Wild World. I looked at the cover and, the art for it, and it was interesting to me, so I downloaded it, tried it out for a couple of minutes, and it pretty much caught me. Like, it was this town where your character arrived, you had some animal neighbors, and you had to do tasks. You had a little own world. I mean, it's even pictured like that, and it just resonated with me, so I downloaded it onto my DS and I started playing, and I just completely fell in love with it. I got hooked into it. I played it a lot on my DS flashcard. I do still have the save data for it, and it is pretty dear to me. I have many stories of it, but I'm not gonna bore you with the details. So I do have my collection here. I have almost all of the games, but there was one that was missing. I am proud to say that today I finally got it. I finally managed to find a listing local to me for Animal Crossing on the GameCube. In theory, it is full. It even has the memory card that came with it originally. So let's open it up, shall we? It just arrived in the mail. Well, I'm gonna cut from me removing this, but okay, just remove some of the tape, and here it is in all of its glorious glory. Animal Crossing Population Growing. For the longest time I didn't actually know this tile was here. Now, even though it has this in here, I think it's unanimously just called as Animal Crossing or Animal Crossing GC, Animal Crossing GameCube. So here it is, the very first one that started off. Well, not technically, but I'll explain a little bit. Is the player's choice. It says that it includes a memory card because you did need one to play this game since it required heavy saving data. Welcome to town. It's time to move to Animal Crossing, the real-life game that's happening every second of every day, whether you're there or not. Well, you have several graphics here. It's not focusing properly. I'll have to read them in a bit. And it has DBA support. Anyway, I'll be opening up now. Fun fact, this is the only GameCube game that I own because I never own a GameCube. And here it is, the game. We have KQ slider, we have 3, I guess. And it even came with the memory card. The seller had it. Let me see how to take this out because I don't want to ruin it. Which, interestingly, I did actually need a memory card for the GameCube. I guess this is the top. I've never actually seen a GameCube memory card before. Just look at it from here. So I suppose you plug it in from the top. I do remember that they had this in here, so part of the reasons that I didn't have this game, well, because I have never been able to get it. It even comes with the manuals here, back when they were really beefy. Let's see what they have. That's pretty big. but it's the full manual. I may just have a read through it. Let's see what else it has. All the inserts in here. Have a e-reader one, which was compatible with this game. I do not have it. Post office. What is this? I don't actually know. I'll have to read this later. And then just in average health and safety stuff. So I think I may have told this story before. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna tell it right now. There was a video game store here. So I am from Colombia, and it's not like it's incredibly big, the video game scene here. I mean, there's passion for it, but it's not as big as it was in other places. So there was one store here many years ago. I don't remember what year it was. It may have been like 2008, maybe more. I'm not sure. And they had it. I had already been introduced to it, but let me crunch the numbers. I'll tell you exactly when it was. Okay, I think it was 2009 or 2000 and... sorry for the shaking. Or 2010. Something like that. I had already discovered Wild World. I don't know if I had already had City Folk. Because I got that like a year later after I started playing Wild World. And I saw it. Brand new, sealed. At a shop. Granted, this released in like 2001. It has been several years. But I think it's this store. I don't know if they were incredibly popular. I know that they had a lot of stock of old games, like old GBA games, and the bad ones, like the shovelware that you would get in that console. They had them sealed because probably nobody bought them. And I know this store had several shops around town, or in my city at least. And I did see this one. Now back then I was just a school kid. I didn't carry money with me. And it was like 100,000 Colombian pesos, which I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not incredibly that much. It's just that we used the thousands as our base price of our currency. So it wasn't terrible. It was a brand new sealed game that had been released 9 years prior. I thought it was a good price, but as I said, I was a kid. I was just going to meet up with my parents to go dinner somewhere. We were picking up my mother. And I saw it there and I really wanted it, but I didn't have money for it there. So I had savings in my house that I could have bought it with, but not at that point. So I knew it was there. I never returned to the store ever to pick it up, even though I wanted it. Unfortunately, that store closed, and I thought that maybe the stock had been moved to like that particular place. It closed eventually. So I don't know if the stock may have been taken to another one of their stores. I never found it again, and I couldn't get it. And to this day, it still stings to me that it was a brand new sealed copy for a good price. Because at that point, I guess the craze for retro games wasn't as big, so you could find old stuff for cheap. And I could never get it. But, well, I guess those regrets are not going to be too much of a pain anymore because I finally got it, and it's a full copy. It has everything. Let me just go through here so you can see all the collection. I open them here, so this is Wild World. I got this like in 2015 or 2016, also secondhand. Pretty sure that it's full. I got it from someone that posted it here. Nowadays they go for more. So it's the cartridge and it has the booklets down here. City Folk, I did actually buy this one like 2010 probably. Actually I had someone bring it over from the United States because I don't think I ever really saw the game being sold here. But yeah, and I played this one so much, especially online. I love playing online. I would find random people to add and I would play with them. It was fun. Then came New Horizons. Wait, did I open this one? Oh, right. So inside there's probably nothing. Let me see. I didn't open it. Damn it. These ones are easier to open. Yeah, this one doesn't really have much inside. Oh no, my Club Nintendo code. Please don't redeem it. The cover here. Fun fact about this game. This released on, pretty sure it was June 9th or June 13th, 2013. And it was called the official Nintendo store, quote unquote. I don't really know if that was really true, but it was here in my city. And I called them and they said on the day that it released, it was a Sunday, and they said, yeah, we have it. We have 5 copies. Keep in mind that when New Leaf released, Animal Crossing was still a pretty niche franchise. So I told them, can you please hold on one for me? I gave them my name so we could, and they said, sure, we will try. And I could only go there like at 6 p.m. And I think they still had it, and it was the last one, and I got it, and I was able to start the game on release date. Interesting. I have the cartridge in another place, I'll show it, and it's Happy Home Designer afterwards. Yes, so Happy Home Designer came afterwards. I suppose there's also nothing inside. Besides Amiibo card information. This one was mainly just designing houses. It honestly got boring after not that much, and that's why I didn't even get the New Horizons DLC, because it was the same thing and I didn't want to do it. Afterwards came everyone's least favorite Amiibo Festival, who I, as a fan of the franchise, really wanted it to be good, but unfortunately they didn't add any minigames or anything like that. I mean, there are some minigames, but they're outside of the board game itself. So the board game itself, it's not fun. You have to keep putting the amiibo to move. It's really annoying. And then finally we have New Leaf, which I have an European copy. I actually got this. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot something else. So thankfully we have inside art again. Here's the back of the box. And I was gonna showcase this. There's one more thing. So this is actually, I consider it part of the collection. This is a Club Nintendo reward for a Nintendo DS game cases. As you can see, it has the same. It's actually not the same, right? No, it's not the same. But this was like key artwork for the game. So we have fireworks here. This is supposed to be summer, and then in spring. And you could store Nintendo DS and styluses inside. So I have some stylus here. I think they're all already run out. I've had to replace them over the years. I have a little cleaning cloth for the DS. Now this was supposed to be just for Nintendo DS games, but this is like foam. How do I take this out? So it's actually really easy to just mold around, and I was able to fit 3 DS games here just because you could kind of make the notch, or like there was enough space for it. So this is the cartridge for New Leaf, and for Happy Home Designer that I had them in here, not in the boxes. I don't usually store the games in the boxes, I just put them, some of them in the boxes right now for this. And I did forget one thing, so give me a second. Yeah, and there it is. We have the actual Animal Crossing Switch, which I bought, like, this released on March of 2020, of course, the week before New Horizons. Unfortunately, it was way too close, and I wasn't able to get it because my worry was, since they had announced, I'm just gonna show the box here, since they had announced that you couldn't transfer your town from console to console in New Horizons, I was worried because I wanted this console and I wanted to start it on it. Eventually they said, oh, we're gonna add the transfer, and when they did, I was actually able to get the console, and I upgraded from my released Nintendo Switch, which was a version 1 model. It's good because this is a version 2 model, so it has more battery, and overall just it was a fine point to change the console, honestly. The other one was already getting old. Its Joy-Cons were already completely messed up, so upgrading it to this was a decent investment, and of course I wanted it because it was Animal Crossing. So that's pretty much it. This is every mainline game and spin-off. Now you'll be saying, oh, you're actually missing some versions, and you would be right. For instance, yeah, I got the GameCube one right here, but I don't have the N64 one, the Butsu no Mori. Well, if you want to get technical, it's pretty much the same game. And you know, like, finding full N64 games is really rare. Also, that game is Japanese exclusive, so it's even harder to get. So I don't really count it per se. And if I just wanted to play a version of each of the games, I can do it now. And I have done it. I played a town in every one of these. Well, maybe not the exact cartridge of this one. I tried and then I restarted it, but it didn't last too long. But of course I did play on my original save file on a flashcard many years ago. I don't know if I'll be playing this one per se. The person said the person that I bought it's a pretty trustworthy one. I bought from them before. It's a second-hand dealer. The problem is I don't actually have a GameCube controller. I have one of those that you can adapt that are GameCube, but they are actually kind of like the Wii Pro controller you plug into the Wii remote. So I don't think you can actually use those to play GameCube games. I don't own a GameCube either, but I have a Wii, the ones that actually have the slots for GameCube memory cards and controllers. But without the controller, I can't really play it. So, but for now, for the collection purposes, I most definitely appreciate owning it and can finally say that I've completed my collection. So, okay, besides the Dobutsu no Mori. Also, if we want to get technical, there's like a Nintendo Select version of New Leaf, and then the Welcome Amiibo version of New Leaf, which is actually just the same game, but it comes pre-packed with the updates that the game got. Whereas this is, as I said, this is a day one copy, so it has version 1.0 in. Oh, it's not here, but it has version 1.0 in the cartridge. However, I've already updated my console and my save data to have Welcome Amiibo stuff, so that's that. But besides that, this is the entirety of Animal Crossing as a series, so, and I'm incredibly proud to own it. It's probably the only full collection of games that I will ever own. I've tried to hunt down Kirby games since, you know, I love that franchise as well, but it's really hard. They are really expensive. And also, Ace Attorney ones don't even think about it. Those are incredibly expensive. I've tried, actually. Fun fact about this. When I bought this, it was also from some second-hand sellers that they had this, and I told them, hey, I want it. It was actually rather cheap, considering it's a Club Nintendo exclusive thing that you couldn't even get here. It was in USA. You had to get it delivered or whatever. So the sellers that had this, they actually had a copy of Ace Attorney 2, well, Justice for All in English. Unfortunately, someone had already reserved that. Like, we were in like a meetup for Street Pass, and I got it from them. But some other person had already like reserved that game, and it was for them. I would have even paid extra for it, but unfortunately, yeah, I couldn't. Now I do own the Great Ace Attorney for Switch physical. I thought to maybe buy the trilogy on Switch in Japanese. It can be played in English. I haven't done it because I don't really need it, to be honest, but at the very least, I am proud to say that this is pretty much a full collection of Animal Crossing, and I am incredibly proud of finally owning it. You actually have no idea how happy I am right now. But yeah, that is pretty much it. It's what I wanted to share with you all today. Just my happiness and joy. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I think that's gonna be it for now. So don't forget, you'll always be welcome in my town. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.